The beginning of this video is going to take place down in this area here. I need to move some concrete that was piled up down there that is eventually going to go over here on the back side of the dam, all down mostly here and probably to about here. And I just need to move it a little bit out of this corner so that I can fill this corner in. And mainly I'm moving it now because I have the thumb on, or not on, but I have it down and in place from taking down all the trees that were all over here. And I still need to take some trees down over here, so that'll be the second part of the video. All the way down here there's some trees that need to come down. Not very big ones, and I'm just going to make little burn piles all the way around. But I want to do that while the thumb is still down before I flip it up, and I'll actually put a video in of how to flip the thumb up and get it out of the way. But I want to get it, it still takes a little while. I don't feel like putting it up and down. It's not the most pleasant thing to have to do, so I want to make use of that because then next will be when I start excavating again, it'll be down over here and then down into Goose Island. So after I finish down here, I've got to track all the way around this way and come back over here. I don't want to go across the ditch that I made here because I have some pipes there that might get broken. I could get across it if I didn't have the pipes in there, but it's just as easy because there's a few things over on what I call Gwyn Way over here. There's a few trees down here and some broken concrete that I can move as well. So it's just that I get it done now. So that's basically what this video is going to be. So let's get started. Note to self, make sure you stay hydrated. Got to move some of this concrete that's going to be used to shore up the outside of the dam between the creek after it's done, so that it hopefully doesn't wash away again. That's what we're doing right now. Here I'm plugging in the battery pack for the GoPros, both of them, and for my cell phone. So this way everything can stay up and running. That's how we get these videos. And this concrete was just more junk that was left by the former owner that he just left laying around. But actually this worked out pretty good this time because now at least I could put it to good use, and it's not too far away from where it needs to be. So at least that's one saving grace. And I'm just going to speed up the rest of this clip a little bit just to make it go faster so you can still see it, but at least it won't be like watching the grass grow while I move it, and this way we'll have time to get video on the other side as well. And the reason I have to put music to it, again, I'll just say it because I know some people say they don't like the music, some people do, but the music masks the chipmunk sound that the sped up engine sound and crunching sound makes. So that's the reason why I'm going to put some music to it just for this spot here. side. Get ready to dig all that out. Make another burn pile over here. This And just to give you a little perspective of where I am right now, I'm on, if you remember from yesterday's video, I'm on Gumbo Alley and right where Goose Island come together. And I'll be heading all the way down to the other end of the dam as well, just to remove some of the trees there, but just to give you a little idea where I am right now. This area right here down at the end needed a little bit of dirt. It's very tight over there. I mean, the whole thing is going to be filled in, but it got a little tight, so I brought a bucket of dirt down. This is also a good look. If you look about a foot ahead of the bucket, or the top of the bucket, or maybe 3 feet really above the top of the bucket, is about where I have to fill the road up to. So I've got to raise this whole area up about 6 feet, all the way up as far as you could see up that Gumbo trail there, Gumbo Alley. So that gives you a good look at just how much needs to go in over here. This is the area here that I'm cleaning up now that I'm going to start excavating first tomorrow, so I'm trying to get these to the burn pile. But I took down a lot more trees all the way down to the dam. Some bigger ones just to make enough room so I don't have to make a really wide road, only about 12 feet before it starts to slope, so I needed to take some of the trees that were overhanging. And of course I had footage of it all, and as I'm editing this video I went to the folder and I went to open the folder that said was those trees, and the folder is empty. But what did happen midway through taking down those trees, I got this big root stuck in the thumb and I could not get it out no matter what I did. I cleared the whole section with that root in the thumb, and now I'm going to show a clip of me finally cutting it out. Now let's see if we can get this stump out of here. Well, that was half of it, and that was, I think, 2 or 3 batteries. I have 4 altogether, but I ended up using out all the batteries, and finally, I still hadn't gotten it all the way, so I ended up driving all the way back to the building and got a chainsaw to cut it off. So I just sped this up a little bit so you didn't have to watch the whole thing, but it was quite stubborn. And just because I don't like to give up, I decide before I go up to get the chainsaw that I'm going to take it over to the wood line and see if I can push it off on a tree or a pile of dirt or something that I can try to push it out without having to go all the way up there. But as you'll see, it it was not coming out, and there's actually still a piece of it stuck in. I didn't even get the entire bit of it out. The little bit that's between the tooth in there is it's still in there. I figure it'll fall out eventually, but it's not in the way. I didn't put any music over that sped up track just so you can get an idea of what it sounds like and the reason why I put music, because you can hear how it doesn't really sound very good. So I like it better with the music on those spots, but I just figured I'd leave it so you could see. Well, you'll see when the machine comes out, it's still stuck in there, so this is when I go to get the chainsaw and cut it off. This video went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, so I'm going to start tomorrow's video with the folding up of the thumb and securing it in the up position so that I can start the excavation of this side. So see everybody tomorrow. Thanks again. I'm on, and also off to the airport to pick up my daughter